Millions under flood watches, and the search and recovery in central Texas after the deadly and catastrophic flooding.
Tonight, frustration in Texas.
Deadly flooding that swept through central Texas this past
Sudden and
weekend.
ferocious flash floods in Texas.
Texas, a land of epic proportions, where earth-shaking discoveries and long-buried secrets lie just beneath the surface. From sun-scorched plains to forested riverbanks, Texas has always captured our imagination with its immense scale, wild beauty, and untamable spirit. But beneath the iconic landscapes of the Lone Star State runs a silent current, a story written in stone, bone, and buried artifact. What truths lurk in the red dust and limestone caverns? What revelations beneath the fields and under the waves are waiting to reshape our understanding of the world and ourselves? 2025 has proven to be a phenomenal year for scientific discovery, with headline-grabbing finds across Texas that have stunned researchers and challenged what we thought we knew. From archaeological wonders to paleontological giants, from seismic mysteries to unique species drawn from forest and river. In this video, we dive deep into 20 extraordinary discoveries made in Texas, spanning geology, archaeology, paleontology, oceanography, volcanology, seismology, river science, zoology, and even the ancient story of its plants. Some of these finds promise hope, while others provoke unsettling questions about what lies beneath, what came before, and what possibilities the future might hold. Is it possible that early peoples walked Texas plains long before we believed? Do enormous prehistoric creatures still haunt the stories of the land and its river valleys in fossil form? Could secrets so profound and so puzzling lie locked in stone, waiting to change how we see the world? Settle in as we journey through the most awe-inspiring, spine-tingling, and, at times, mysterious discoveries from the very heart of Texas. 13,000 years of secrets, the Texas Archaeological Revelation. Beneath the Texas soil, time runs deep. This year, a groundbreaking archaeological discovery has sent shockwaves through the scientific community. A site dating back more than 13,000 years, unearthed somewhere in Texas, may forever alter our understanding of the earliest Americans. Long believed to be dominated by the celebrated Clovis culture, North America's human history just grew even older, richer, and infinitely more complex. Archaeologists at this mysterious site discovered tools, implements, and ancient debris embedded in layers far older than previously documented Texan settlements. The precise location, protected by researchers eager to preserve its fragile integrity, remains undisclosed, but what they have revealed is remarkable. Handcrafted blades, stones shaped into utility tools, and organic remnants dating back to a time when vast ice sheets still dominated much of the continent. The assemblage includes items suggesting thoughtful planning and sophisticated craftsmanship, bone awls, hearth fragments, and even ochre that may have been used for symbolic or artistic purposes. Each object has been meticulously cataloged, radiocarbon dated, and analyzed for manufacturing technique, revealing a society far more adaptable than once believed. These finds hint at migration routes, resource networks, and social structures that reach deep into prehistory. This evidence suggests that people, highly resourceful and adaptable, may have colonized Texas millennia before the established Clovis period. What society were they? How did they survive unknown dangers and a prehistoric climate? Were they alone, or part of a larger tapestry of ancient cultures whose only traces survive in the red earth? Each new artifact generates more questions, hinting at a world nearly lost to memory and history. Could the story of North America's first peoples be far older and more mysterious than even the boldest theories had imagined? Bone giants, the ground sloth tooth of Lubbock, along a windswept stretch of highway near Lubbock. An ordinary environmental review gave birth to an astounding paleontological find: a tooth belonging to a giant ground sloth, preserved for millennia in the Texas dust. The Texas Department of Transportation team, expecting nothing more than standard soil samples, uncovered evidence of megafauna from a bygone epoch. The size and structure of the tooth point unmistakably to the giant ground sloth, a creature massive in size and remarkable in its adaptation, towering above today's largest bears and roaming ancient grasslands. These sloths vanished during the late Pleistocene, likely due to environmental changes and possibly the arrival of early human hunters. Paleontologists marveled at the preservation of the tooth, which displays distinctive ridges used to grind tough, fibrous plants that flourished on prehistoric Texas plains. The specimen has spurred further searches nearby, with teams scouring ravines and creek beds in hopes of recovering more remains. Local museums and universities have joined efforts, turning up fragments of bone and possibly even ancient hair preserved by mineral-rich soils, assembling a vivid portrait of these long-lost animals and their world. This single tooth, delicate yet monumental, stands as silent witness to an age when Texas was the domain of great beasts. What other colossal bones remain concealed beneath the fields and riverbeds of the Lone Star State? Could entire skeletons, extinct and enigmatic, still wait to be uncovered by another fortuitous discovery? The hidden layer, geological mysteries of Texas. Texas is not just home to ancient creatures and forgotten peoples. Its very bedrock is a geological marvel that scientists are still striving to comprehend. In a striking geological finding, researchers at the University of Texas at Austin have uncovered surprising evidence regarding the underside of the North American plate beneath Texas, suggesting astonishing complexity and dynamism. By analyzing seismic data and rock samples, the research team pieced together a picture of geological forces actively shaping, drifting, folding, and even fracturing the continental crust. Odd mineral assemblages and warped boundaries point to a long, tumultuous history involving ancient oceans, mountain-building events, and cataclysmic collisions, now hidden far underfoot. Among the findings is evidence of mantle plumes, columns of hot rock rising from deep within the earth. These plumes may have played a role in shaping the distinctive topography of Texas over millions of years, giving rise to uplifts, basins, and fossil-rich strata. Identified fault lines, some still faintly active, add to the sense of an ever-changing subterranean world. These geological quirks bear real consequences. They affect how Texas's land responds to pressure, how resources are distributed, and how vulnerable the state might be to future seismic events. What unknown forces are shaping Texas from below? Could there be future earthquakes or mineral riches long buried? The answers reside in the hidden layers, which, while deeply studied, still hold surprises for the scientists who probe their secrets. Prehistoric lost worlds, fossils in sedimentary beds. Texas's fossil beds, layer upon sedimentary layer, serve as time capsules for paleontologists, unraveling the mysteries of deep time. Though the Chem beds, often referenced in global paleontological studies, are located in North Africa, Texas's own fossil deposits hold their own insignificance, acting as North America's counterpart in the race to understand prehistoric life. Texas boasts numerous fossil sites, from the exposed rocks of the Permian Basin to the Cretaceous marine beds. Researchers have unearthed marine reptiles from ancient seas that once covered Texas, the bones of enormous dinosaurs, petrified wood, and fossilized footprints marking the movement of vanished megafauna. Recently, fossil hunters uncovered the partial skeleton of a sauropod, remains of ancient crocodile relatives, and a bounty of Cretaceous ammonite shells. all contributing to our understanding of ancient climates, sea levels, and biodiversities. Sometimes, paleontologists make rare finds, like fossilized skin impressions or plant fronds pressed into rock, offering glimpses into vanished environments. With every new site, the portrait of prehistoric Texas expands. Fossils elucidate how the region shifted over millions of years, from swamp to arid plain, and how mass extinctions and climate upheaval shaped the destiny of countless species. Yet each discovery raises tantalizing questions. What monstrous forms truly once stalked the Texas landscape? What remains hidden, awaiting just the right erosion or accidental dig? Out of the ground, unrecognized animals of Texas. Modern Texas is home to diverse wildlife, but the state continues to surprise researchers with announcements of previously unknown species or clarifications of those thought well studied. In 2025, a global discovery, a patterned snake, the blacknet tree snake, found deep in the forests of Rossell Island, has inspired conversations about the unexplored corners of Texas, where similarly cryptic species might yet be lurking. Herpetologists and wildlife biologists have intensified their search of Texas's forests, rivers, and caves. Already, they have revealed a trove of unexpected results. A cave-dwelling salamander, previously misidentified, confirmed as a distinct species, and the return of a rare migratory bird nesting in brushland after a long absence. These findings highlight that Texas's biological inventory is likely far from complete. The challenge intensifies as climate change and habitat shifts drive animals into new territories, sometimes leading to the blending of distinct ecological communities. Advanced genetic analysis regularly uncovers variations that point toward as yet unrecognized species, reinforcing that this region, vast and varied, still holds many mysteries in its flora and fauna. Rivers of time, Texas's hidden currents. The rivers of Texas shape the land as they meander through stone and soil, carving restless paths that support life and reveal hidden pasts. New river studies are uncovering dramatic changes, altered sediment flows, the creation of new wetlands, and the loss of others, each revealing processes with long-term consequences. These waterways expose the past. Riverbanks, eroded by floods, have uncovered fossils, ancient tools, and remnants of settlements or camps. Core samples from the Brazos and Colorado rivers yield ancient pollen grains, fragments of charcoal from prehistoric fires, and tiny bones of extinct animals. A layering of history set down by season, year, and epoch. Drones and time-lapse cameras now help scientists watch rivers change course in real time, alerting them to new discoveries and allowing them to witness the formation of future fossil beds. Every flood and dry spell is a new chapter in Texas's evolving story. Might a future rainstorm reveal an undiscovered secret, one that changes our understanding of this land and those who have called it home? Texas Tremors, Seismic Surprises and Risks. Texas, once thought of as geologically stable, contains a network of faults and fractures beneath its vast surface. In recent years, seismologists have identified new clusters of microearthquakes, some detected by arrays of sensitive instruments recently deployed across the state. Some of these weaknesses cut beneath populated corridors. The combination of satellite data and older oil well logs has helped visualize faint rifts and subtle surface bulges, features invisible to casual observers. While large earthquakes remain rare, the growing evidence of fault activity has prompted local planners to reassess risks, search for new vulnerabilities, and review safety protocols, especially in communities and infrastructure previously considered immune to significant Earth movements. Ancient waters, lake legends, and modern discoveries. The lakes of Texas, both natural and man-made, hold clues to distant worlds. Sediment cores taken from these basins have yielded pollen from ancient forests, fossilized algae, and even rare genetic traces of animals long vanished from the state's biodiversity. From turtle shells to the bones of waterfowl, these lake beds contain reminders of changing climates and vanished ecosystems, lush wetlands once ruled by great mammals, and drought-prone periods marked by losses and adaptation. Each discovery layers Texas's environmental history with new detail. Alongside these scientific finds are the haunting tales of lost towns beneath reservoirs and indigenous stories tied to ancient springs. As analytical methods become ever more precise, the lake beds reveal how swiftly worlds can disappear or be transformed, their stories preserved beneath layers of silt and water. Volcanic ghosts, echoes beneath the surface. Texas, though not famous for recent volcanic activity, still bears the marks of an ancient volcanic past. Geological surveys, supported by seismic and chemical evidence, show that deep, extinct volcanic systems shaped much of present-day Texas millions of years ago. Ranges such as Big Bend and the Davis Mountains are silent reminders of violent eruptions that sculpted vast tracts of land. Eons later, their lava flows and ash beds are eroded into the gentle outlines visible today. Some speculate, based on chemical signatures in rocks and deep strata, that connections exist between volcanic past events and far-reaching climatic changes. These volcanic influences, even in dormancy, continue to be studied for their role in extinction events and ecosystem shifts. The distant remnants of eruptions, preserved in the geologic record, testify to the power of forces beneath the land, shaping both Texas and regions far beyond its borders. Plants of ages, ancient floras, and new growth. Texas's soil conceals a rich botanical history with fossilized leaves, seeds, and pollen, revealing step-by-step the responses of ancient plant life to climate shifts. Paleobotanical finds have encouraged researchers to look both into the ancient past and toward modern trends. Fossil pollen, preserved in sediment cores, allows scientists to reconstruct shifts in plant populations as Texas moved through cycles of aridity, warming, and lush growth, a window into how ecosystems responded to change. At the same time, contemporary botanists are monitoring migrations of plant communities due to climate shifts, further blurring the line between past and future. Occasionally, rare grasses thought extinct have been rediscovered, while genetic studies of old prairie species offer hope for ecological restoration. Each ancient seed and preserved leaf is a message from the past, warning and instructing those charting Texas's future. Archaeological anomalies, traces of ancient peoples. Across the Texas plains, archaeological digs continue to uncover artifacts that challenge current interpretations. Stone constructions, mysterious petroglyphs, and burial sites whose histories invite more questions than answers. The 13,000-year-old site is a key window, but it is hardly the only point of fascination. Magnetometry surveys have revealed undersoil features, lines, rings, or geometric shapes, suggesting settlement or ceremonial purposes. In places, archaeologists have found traces of posts and rock alignments whose meanings remain unknown, alongside tools and ornaments that speak to a rich, adaptive culture. While firm evidence of lost civilizations remains elusive, the sophistication in toolmaking and social adaptation is undeniable. Researchers continue to debate whether these finds point to interconnected trade routes, advanced adaptation strategies, or yet undiscovered societal complexities woven into Texas's deep past. The ocean's edge, Texas shorelines, and their surprises. Texas's Gulf Coast is a place of constant flux, where tides and currents forge and reshape habitats. Scientists have recently cataloged new species of shrimp and eel, discovered vibrant communities of algae, and begun to map submerged sandbars and bluffs, traces of past coastlines, and possible ancient human activity, now hidden beneath the waves. Collaboration between marine biologists, fishers, and indigenous groups has improved understanding of these unique ecosystems. Advances in genetic sampling and underwater imaging are revealing marine life previously unclassified, hinting that many discoveries may yet lie beneath these waters. The ever-changing coastline also preserves ancient relics lost as sea levels rose after the last ice age. As mapping technology improves, researchers are learning more about the habitats and potentially submerged archaeological sites that contribute to the evolving story of Texas's shorelines. Beyond Earth, geological insights from Texas to Mars. Texas-based researchers have played a role in interpreting the geology of Mars's Jezero crater, the site of NASA's Perseverance rover, by drawing parallels between the state's varied rock formations and Martian surface features. They contribute to the growing understanding of how planets evolve under similar and differing forces. Sampling Texas's sandstone and fossil-rich strata gives clues to Martian processes, how water carves, sediments accumulate, and minerals reveal the story of ancient atmospheres and climates. This bridge between terrestrial and planetary science highlights the universal principles that shape both the Lone Star State and the solar system. Anomalous evidence when science challenges itself. 2025 has seen scientists encountering evidence that pushes the edges of established models. At several sites, radiocarbon anomalies and unexpected fossil combinations have emerged, prompting further testing and debate. In one dig, mammoth bones were found within layers previously believed to contain only older microfossils, raising questions about site formation and age. While repeated analysis is essential to confirm such findings, these anomalies fuel productive debate and continual refinement of our understanding. Each contradiction is an opportunity, one that drives both caution and excitement in the search for truth about Texas's ancient world. Resurrected rivers, ghost waterways and their influence. Modern mapping and hydrological techniques have uncovered ghost rivers, former watercourses, and lakes visible today only in subtle land depressions, satellite images, or the distribution of fossils. By analyzing sediments and studying these features' trajectories, researchers speculate that ancient rivers shaped migration, settlement, and ecological bounty. Some former rivers may have been central to the dispersal of prehistoric peoples or animals, guiding their paths across the land. Preserving this knowledge is urgent. Modern development threatens what remains of these hidden channels. Safeguarding the last traces of vanished waterways ensures that future generations can glimpse the world as it once was. Texas, under stress, environmental shifts, and resilience. Texas today faces unprecedented environmental challenges: drought, floods, invasive species, and shifting habitats. Scientists track these transformations using drones, satellites, and on-the-ground surveys, seeking connections between current changes and those archived within ancient strata. Projects to reintroduce native bison and restore prairie grasses draw from combinations of modern science and indigenous knowledge. Conservationists monitor forest retreats and grassland expansions, hoping to uncover successful strategies for adaptation and resilience. The story so far is one of both loss and renewal, adaptation where possible, innovation where needed, and lessons sometimes start from the fossil and pollen records. Can Texas's ecosystems weather the storms ahead? The past suggests both warnings and blueprints for survival. From the depths, rare insights from deep drilling. Advancing drilling techniques let geologists access core samples from deep below the Texas surface, revealing layers that mark mass extinctions, tectonic ruptures, and environmental changes stretching across millions of years. High concentrations of iridium in certain strata hint at meteorite impacts, while shifts in fossil content mark the transitions between flourishing and collapse in ancient ecosystems. These cores hold keys to understanding past disasters and to preparing for future challenges. Messages encrypted in stone, finally revealed by modern science. A living laboratory, Texas as a nexus for discovery. Year after year, Texas draws researchers of every discipline to its wild plains, rocky canyons, and intricate shorelines. Their discoveries, whether bone, artifact, mineral, or living specimen, paint an evolving portrait of a land in continuous transformation, where ancient and modern coalesce. Cultural historians, biologists, geologists, and engineers gather here, their cross-disciplinary collaborations spurring insight and invention. What is it about Texas that makes it such a wellspring of discovery? Its size, diversity, and enduring spirit draw perpetual curiosity, ensuring that the search for understanding here will never truly end. For every solved puzzle, more mysteries arise. Texas remains a place where answers inspire new questions, and discovery is never finished. Shadows and light, the endless frontier. As dusk falls across the Texas land, the stories told through its rocks, bones, waters, and winds remain far from exhausted. Whether you are captivated by ancient settlements, fascinated by the planet's deepest secrets, or awed by the legacy revealed in a single fossilized tooth, Texas endures as a place where the past and future meet. Which untold Texas story would you most want to see unlocked? What discoveries do you hope lie ahead? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember to subscribe for more journeys into the awe-inspiring wonders and enduring mysteries of America's storied lands. Join us next time as we explore even more astonishing marvels. Another chapter in the never-ending adventure of discovery that Texas, with its ancient heart and untamed horizons, promises at every turn.